Serie A is so back. Well, kind of. You see, 2 weeks ago, I thought, how could I defend such a horrible league of football? Serie A has always been based on strong defense, and sometimes it's really hard to watch. But when you see clubs that break through those strong defenses and just parking the bus and score goals like crazy, you can see some of the best skill and finesse around. On the flip side, you can go weeks without seeing anything beautiful and it's just horrible games. Take it last week. By November 8, in 4 straight matches, only 1 goal was scored, and it was by Pisa. Pisa sitting in 16th right now. And you had some crazy stuff going on. Juventus drew to Torino 0-0, and you'd think that should be interesting, but no, it was boring. Parma and Milan 2-2. Kind of boring. Napoli, who were in first for a while, losing to Bologna 2-0. Wasn't that entertaining. My point is, on paper, these should be really entertaining matches, but they were not really that entertaining. But this week, football came back to life in Italy. I mean, Roma won 3-1 and are currently sitting top of the league. These are players no one knows yet. Como beat Torino 5-1. And of course, my boy, the youngster Nico Paz, scored a goal. I made a joke about him such a long time ago in an old video. If you scroll all the way down on my channel, maybe you'll find it and maybe you'll see it. But I did DM him something goofy. I don't remember what it was, but I'd have to look back at it. And now that player's just stuck with me. So seeing someone like that who's a phenomenal player, continuing to be such a good young talent, and eventually he could grow up to be such an amazing star, it's a good feeling. But I'd like to talk about Napoli. Napoli's been in the mud lately. They've had so many injuries, and this is their first season with the new Champions League schedule, and they're really taking a hit. You have Lukaku, who's not coming back until mid-December. De Bruyne, who's out for a really long injury until February. Countless starters were out with injuries. Anguissa, Lobotka, Højlund even for a bit. McTominay was out for a bit. Buongiorno, our star defender, was out. But mostly they recovered swiftly. People were questioning Conte. I was too. And to be honest, I still am. He's just that one-season wonder manager. And it's proving, really. But I honestly can't blame him too much here because of the injuries. So Napoli beat Atalanta 3-1. And their star player McTominay didn't score a goal. By the way, during the international break, this guy scored a crazy bicycle kick to go head-to-head with Ronaldo's astonishing bicycle kick against Juventus. Did he score a goal? Nope. David Neres and Noah Lang scored for Napoli. These are players they usually bring in the dying minutes to waste some time, maybe out of desperation to get lucky and score a goal. Nope, these guys started. Napoli's cleanup crew won them the game. And that's nothing against David Neres and Noah Lang. They're amazing players, but recently, up until the past couple of weeks, they've only been subbed on in desperation. Now they're starting. So, with Champions League, do we see these Italian clubs transferring that quality over? It's so hard to tell because Napoli has been horrible in Champions League, with embarrassing losses to Man City and PSV. But we'll have to see soon, very soon, as they face Karabag, who's been upsetting clubs. 2-2 against Chelsea? Hey, for a club based in Azerbaijan, that's not bad. That's really good. But to be honest, Inter, Napoli, Atalanta, and Juventus have failed to make a mark in Champions League. That's so general to say, but we're going to have to see them prove themselves soon. I'm just talking about Serie A, but when they make it to the European stage and they're playing there, it's not transferring over. We're seeing more haram ball adopted in Premier League. I mean, look at Arsenal. They've barely allowed any goals this season. Atletico Madrid, masters of haram ball. So we'll see this Wednesday how Inter fares up against them. Do I think this is enough? No. I think Serie A has to go a lot more for them to prove themselves. But hey, prove me wrong. Okay? Bye!